Hey there, welcome back to NoPantsProfits. My name is Richard. Oh, it's early. And today we are going to explore Sitka, Alaska. Now, I've been a lot of places before, but I've never been to Sitka. I have no plan. There was a cool thing which you could like pedal to different bars with a bike, but it was sold out, so not doing that. But yeah, we're gonna go see what there is to do in Sitka. I literally have no plan. I am starting from the ship terminal. You have two boats. Looks like a Don't Give a Damn. It's a Holland America and a Norwegian Joy, which we are on right now. You do have to take a shuttle into town, which is free, provided by the town, but you do have to book that shuttle ahead of time. And what happens is, like the 10 o'clock time, 9 o'clock time, they fill up. By the time I went to get my shuttle this morning, I'm doing an 8:15 shuttle to town. 8:15 in the morning shuttle to town. We're going to do right now. I don't know what's going to be in town to do at 8:15 in the morning. It does look like some excursions do leave from right here. We're going to go in town. There's some pubs and stuff like that. Maybe someone wants to take me on a tour to see some bears or something. I can pay cash for it. Hey, I just may do that. So let's see what's here in Sitka. Oh, I don't know why you're tooting me. There's no written path here. It's where are we? In Sitka Sound, Sitka, Alaska. When I figure out what the hell I'm doing today, I'll tell you. As right now, I don't know. All right, so it's 8:34 in the morning. We just got off the shuttle. I'm thinking this is the best way to see I want to see the bear and I want to see the raptors, see the bears and the eagles. And it looks like this is just a shuttle, and then you pay the entrance fee at the destination. There's really no markup. The only thing that scares me is at AOL.com. I'm not sure I can survive a shuttle being run by someone with an AOL address. It's just God's honest truth. How much is there here? Small group. It's 11 people. These group tours are not leaving until about 9 or so. 9, 10. So I'm going to come back and it looks like the right answer.
Doing that tomorrow.
There's one spring. Okay, so they have these different shuttles. 9:30 is the next departure. Okay, I think we definitely want to go see the Fortress of the Bear. Over 99.99% of wildlife. Yeah. I don't know about that. Not that one. But let's go ahead and we'll check out the town. Can I make a deposit at a Wells Fargo bank? And we'll go from there. Yeah. Looks like a cute little town. He said one end there's piers and trails, and the other end there's a giant Orthodox church. So, sure, let's see what we find. I know there's 3 pubs in town at least. I was on a pub tour. Yeah, so let's see what's in this. Oh, I know there's 3 pubs in town because there's a pub tour. I now see the pub tour vehicle. That is definitely what that is. I don't see cup holders though. It might not be that. There should be cup holders if it's for a pub tour. It's some pedal bike thing that they actually have a tour for. I mean, that looks like it. But, again, no cup holders. It makes me question things. Oh, there's fresh fudge. Stuff like that. I'll look around a little bit. Take you where I find something, show you what I see. Alright, so I found this nice path, and I'm going to walk it over to Totem Park. That droning you might hear in the background is actually a seaplane. Just took off right up there. Not a big fan of the fact that there's a lot of evidence of bear activity here. Just telling you what I'm seeing. So I went out on the rock. I don't know what they're trying to do out there. But yeah, very pretty path here, which is going to supposedly lead to the Carnival Center. Whatever that is. And I think there's a brewery at one end of the Totem Pole Center. Seriously, I saw a sign. So, eagle?
Right there.
Oh, holy shit! Oh, that's an owl.
No, it's a young eagle.
Oh, really? Okay, I'm just looking at the wrong perspective then. I thought I saw the head there.
It's just not quite bald.
Wow.
Too young to be bald?
Random eagle.
Yeah, he's looking right at you.
Wait, who's that?
Who?
Right there, that big bird.
That's an eagle. That's the one on top.
Yeah, that's the other.
I'm trying to point out to you.
Oh, I'm like, where's this guy from?
No, he doesn't have one.
He's too young.
Oh, really? Kind of like that?
Binoculars and get a good look at its face.
Here.
Oh, yeah.
That's probably easier than binoculars.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah. That's kind of weird. Yes, I can operate a camera with one hand and a camera with another hand. And I got the eagles. Cool. That's a 99.99% wildlife guarantee. That's all I'm saying. See when something else comes next. All right, so it looks like we're at the totem pole park. And they just put out the sign. I think they literally just opened. It's a national park. We'll go to we'll go to the Raptor Center later on. Well, let's do the totem trail loop. It's not going to take 4,000 hours. He just put out this sign. 9 a.m. to 9 p.m. I guess it just opened. Today's Ranger Danger program. Ranger Danger. Oh, 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. Sorry. Totem talk. Battle talk. Oh, conflict between the Russian-American forces, yes. Carving shed. Very interesting. Here they got the bear trash cans. And I think it literally, yeah. The visitor center opened a minute ago. Or is opening in a minute, I don't know. Opened a minute ago, opening in a minute. Oh, opened a minute ago. Exhibits. Frogs. Okay. This feels like they have an area that has a lot of Indian stuff at Knott's Berry Farm. It feels very Knott's Berry Farmish. They used to have a show there that was quite cool too. Look, there's the guy with his stick, and that's his stick. 1900, the caretaker. Oh, I don't know about that property name. Cultural Center. Mall and carving shed. It's a bit of the history here. Okay, national parks have free admission for everyone for now. Who knows in the future? Ooh, no. They're making totem things. That's cool. What? More totem exhibits. Oh, okay. So these are kept inside. Just to prevent any kind of rotting. These all look like legitimate totem poles. Yeah. Genuine totem poles. Whatever the hell that means. But let's go do the totem walk quickly. Hopefully, and then we'll go check out the Raptor Center, which is the raptors are birds of prey, including eagles. Hopefully we'll see ones that have gone bald, which means white, not no hair. Confusing, I know. I'll see you when something interesting happens. All right, so here's our first bear sign, and I think that's like the bear gun. I don't know what's gonna be in there. Bear spray, something to make bears go away. It's a pelican gaze. Don't really want to go peeking at it. But it's early in the morning. People are just getting on this trail. If we're going to see a bear, we're going to see a bear. I don't know if we're going to see a bear. If we're going to see a bear, we're going to see a bear. That's all I'm saying. come back to you if there's a bear. Well, otherwise it's just a trail. This kind of reminds me of Icy Strait Point, which we'll be to in a few days. But yeah, it's a trail. Whoop-de-freaking-doo. I hear there's beer at one end of this trail, so might look out for that.
I will be giving the totem talk. I'll start by giving a little bit of history about the totem poles that we have here in Sitka. So the poles that you'll see in our visitor center, we have the original ones inside. The ones out on the trail are actually recarvings. So if we'd left those original totem poles from the 1901 outside, they wouldn't be here anymore. So the original ones are inside, but out on the trail we've got those recarvings. But those poles aren't actually from Sitka originally. They're from a little bit to our south, the Prince of Wales Island. So we're right up here, Sitka. The totem poles are from down here. And you might notice that this is a map of the western red cedar range. There's western red cedar down on Prince of Wales Island, but there isn't any up here in Sitka. So that's why those poles originally came from the Prince of Wales Island. The ideal wood of the totem pole is the western red cedar. It's going to be easier to carve. It's a softer wood, which is what I have right here, really light, versus the kind of cedar we have here, which is yellow cedar, a lot more dense. So I'll pass those around, kind of feel that difference. So there was totem pole carving happening here in Sitka. The Kiksadi clan of the Tlingit people were here, and they were carving poles. They would have just been simpler poles. They would have been a little smaller. Also, the yellow cedar that we have here is a smaller, they tend to be smaller trees, so not quite so good for those big, impressive totem poles. So back in the early 1900s, 1904, the World's Fair was going to be happening in St. Louis. So the governor of Alaska wanted to send some totem poles down and be exhibited. So to that end, he asked for volunteers. The Prince of Wales Island got about 20 or 30 poles, sent them down to St. Louis. After they were displayed at the World's Fair there, they were brought to Washington, where they were displayed at the Lewis and Clark Expo. And then finally they were brought to Sitka, because this was a popular tourist destination. So they thought, okay, well the people on the ships might like to see these big, beautiful poles. So the poles were all kind of dropped here in one spot. Wasn't really an understanding by these European people who were putting them up of how the totem pole should be displayed. There's a good story that the Kiksadi were standing around laughing as they tried to get these poles straight because they just couldn't do it. They're all kind of leaning every which way.
Now those are the originals, correct? Not the
Yes.
recreations.
Yes.
Okay.
So eventually the Park Service stepped in, took those poles that were all kind of just jumped up, bundled up in one spot, put them inside, and then commissioned some native artists to carve those poles on the trail for us. And those native artists today can be Kiksadi. They have the ability now to import those bigger logs, and they have better tools. So carving big totem poles on the harder wood is easier than it would have been back in like the 1800s. So the poles that we have out on the trail tend to fall into a few different categories. The most common pole is going to be the crest pole. This is the kind of pole that would be outside of somebody's home, and it represents the people who are living inside. So everybody's got their animal that corresponds to themselves, and they carve that on the bottom of the pole, so you know who's living in the home. And then the top of the crest pole will have this watchman figure. It's like a guy holding his knees. He's keeping watch over the family, but you might notice that he's kind of got a funny hat. So a family having a totem pole is kind of a status symbol. It means that you have either the money to commission a pole, or you have the free time to, learn totem pole carving, carve it yourself. So already having that pole means that you're a little bit better off, but then the hat on here further communicates how wealthy you are. So you'll see that there's 3 layers on this hat, kind of like the layers on a cake. Each of those layers corresponds to a potlatch that the family has thrown, which is like a gift-giving, wealth redistribution ceremony. And they take months to plant, so it's a big deal if your family has thrown a potlatch. And the more wealth that you have to redistribute, the more potlatches you can have. So this would be a 3 potlatch family. But even if you're just a one potlatch family, you'll make your hat the same size. So from a distance, it kind of looks like maybe you were a 3 potlatch family. You get a little closer, oh, okay, it's just 1 potlatch.
Do they add to the top when they're like a 4th and a 5th?
Paint.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So it's solid and they just paint it.
Yes, yep. And then we have the mortuary pole. So this one's the easiest to tell apart because the pole itself will just be plain. The only thing that will be, colorful and carved like something other than a pole is the top. We have a cormorant on the top that you put whatever animal corresponds to the person you're memorializing on the top of the pole. So this might also be near a family home and maybe a little bit farther off, somewhere you can go to mourn. The coolest thing I think about this pole is, well, when you consider that the natural life cycle of the pole has always been to lay it down and let it return to the earth, if you're mourning somebody, that kind of gives you closure. So like when you're ready, you can lay the pole down and watch it decompose. Sort of neat. We also have the shame pole, which you'll see out on our trail. This is a guy's face. So in all the other poles, we've seen the people represented by animal figures, not this one. So they want you to recognize who this person is because they want you to shame them. We believe that this is a trader who cheated the Haida people because the animals on the bottom of the pole are all fur animals. So we think, okay, cheated them on some furs perhaps. They carve his face at the top of this pole as a message to all the other people: if you see this man, don't trade with them. If he had ever repaid his debt, they would have taken the pole down and burned it. Since it was still here, he obviously never repaid his debt. His pole did wash, the original pole did wash away in a flood, but we have a recarving now, so he's still being shamed. And then the final pole we have are the house posts. You might have seen these in the visitor center. So these are the kinds of poles that would have been carved by the Kiksadi people here. You notice that they're mostly just flat. All of this detail is coming from paint, maybe a little bit of carving, but quite shallow. Much easier to carve this than it would have been to carve one of these with that worse wood. So these, again, status symbol. This can richly decorate your home. You can see them in use here, but they're not just for decoration. If you look at the top, there's this little divot here. That's where you can put the beams for the roof. So it's decoration, but it's also the support beam of the home. So kind of cool. So those are the, if you see a pole out on the trail that doesn't fall into any of those categories, it's going to be a legend pole. Legend poles, you know, they can be really hard to interpret sometimes. If it's telling a story that's culturally recognizable, everyone will know what it means. So like, if I carved a Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer pole, I wouldn't have to like write down what it meant. You guys would look at it and you'd be like, oh, there's a deer with a red nose, that's Rudolph. Like, easy to understand. But some people will carve more personal legend poles, telling like family stories. And in that case, like I could look at it, or you could look at it, or even somebody from the Kiksadi clan could look at it and they wouldn't know what it meant. So sometimes the meaning of the pole can only be known by the totem pole carver.
All right, so we're going to come back for this a bit later. It opens at 11, currently 10. We're going to the Raptor Center that way. So what we're going to do, we're going to go to the brewery after the Raptor Center. And then we're going to go to the, back to the, where we started. They get a shuttle out to the Bears. Go Bears! Maybe. The signs are a little confusing. We did have to cross the street anyway. Go this way. But I'm glad I went that way because I found the brewery. Well, it's going to be open in an hour. So let's go see the Raptor Center, which are birds of prey. And then we shall check out the brewery. Stick around. All right, so we're back at the Raptor Center now. Well, we're at the Raptor Center now. For some reason, absolutely no dogs allowed. I don't know if we need a ticket or what you need. I don't really see. I see a donation box. It's fine. I'll put some money in the donation box for the Raptor food. Yeah, that's free. Yeah, boy. Yeah. So,
You just walking up?
I think so.
Great. You can follow these yellow bird tracks and look for the glasses in your left ear.
Okay, perfect. Oh, wow. There's a big ass eagle right there. All right, so you do need a ticket. I think they saw a lot of tours here.
Not immediately, no. So yeah. So we
Let's go ahead and we'll get a ticket. I don't know what it costs, but we'll figure it out. No, I'll let you know.
thank you so much. I was really interested.
I'll let you know. All right, so you saw that little video. Admission is $16, just FYI. And flight training center. This is the birds learning how to fly again. Kind of cool. Kind of dark. I'm looking for them. You don't see any birds. Maybe I'm crazy. Or they're like over my head or something. I must be missing something. It's funny how they have the glass kind of tinted. Still looking for eagles though. Where they, if you saw in the video where they have to rehab them and they might help the guy in the corner. I've been catfished. Just saying. Okay, no, that's an eagle for sure. Okay, cool. That's an impossible shot. Let's get close. Yeah. There's a guy right there, but... Oh, yeah. There's an eagle right there. Yeah, that indoor space is kind of crap. Let's check out the outdoor space. See what they have there. See, I think what you can do, I just took the shuttle to town and walked here. I've not taken any transportation other than my own 2 feet and the free shuttle yet. I'm sure the cruise ship would charge you $100, $200 to go on this tour. Just saying. Really? So, they have a bunch of rooms. Most people don't even use the admission because they get it with whatever tour they booked. But let's see. This should have much better imagery than inside. Saw one guy out here earlier. Big old bald eagles hanging out here. I don't expect you anywhere. There he is. He's just curious. That one's a lot bigger and balder than the one we saw earlier on the trail. The one we saw earlier was like out.
Yeah, I think they're just such stunning.
Alright. See what else we got here. I'm not sure what else they have. Should be all birds of prey. Absolutely no dogs though. Alright, no dogs, sorry. Was there like some insane dog incident where there like no dogs or someone like brought a dog and I'm just wondering why it's like no dogs.
I think they just scare the birds.
Oh, okay.
There are in Alaska as a whole, but
Alright. Where they're in the back of Red-tailed hawk. Look at the snow owl. He's gonna bring Harry Potter a letter. Where's he from? Range? Yeah, North America, I guess. Winter. Non-breeding. In the summer they go up. I don't know why the snow owl's in Harry Potter though. Just saying. It means a magical creature. We got some time to kill here before beer o'clock. Just saying.
Yeah. You're right. Look at that.
No. We're owls. There's a replica bald eagle nest. It looks to be not to scale. Not to scale. Be bear aware. Be bear aware. Well, hopefully we'll see some bears later today in a contained environment. I can't run very fast for very long, or at all. Oh yeah, there's a path, but I'm going down the path and I'm thinking what a bitch it's going to be to get back up it. So I think I'm going to stop in like 20 feet. Just going to see the creek real quick. Check if there's any salmon and bears in it. Let's go see how close we can get to the creek without... I don't see any bears or salmon. There's a creek. You can see it, you can hear it, it's there. Now I'm going to go back up this hill. If there's anything else, I'll bring it to you, but if not, it's nearly beer 30. 11 is when the brewery opens. It's currently 10:24. About a 20-minute walk away. So, nearly a beer 30. Have to get some lunch with it too. I don't know what I'm doing up so early in the day. We've accomplished this all and it's not even 10:30 yet. Giant eagle's nest. All right. That's it from the Raptor Center for now. See you in a bit. All right, so on my way out, there's a bunch of flightless eagles right here. 3 flightless bald eagles right there. Just kind of hanging out there. And then there's a golden eagle.
So if it
this
shows you
way.
the colors, I mean, there might be.
You can't really see each other, which is kind of weird.
Summertime.
It's kind of weird. They can't see each other, but they can't see each other. All right, so the weather has changed. Welcome to Alaska. We're going to go to Harbor Mountain Brewing Company. And I just found out they have Uber here. So we'll use Uber to get to Fortress of the Bear after Harbor Mountain Brewing Company. Summer hours. Open every day at 11. We can sit right here. Wait for them to open for a few minutes. And we'll have some beer. Because why the hell not? Stay tuned. All right, so we're at the brewery now. And immediately when I came in, I was hit with a smell. I'm still getting over something, but I'm hit with a smell. And they have a wood-fire oven. They're making wood-fired pizzas back there. I got one. That sounded good. Now, Alaska law. I don't know if we've talked about this yet. In each place that makes alcohol, you're only allowed to have a certain number of ounces per day. Beer ciders are 36 ounces per customer per day. And it's Alaska law. It's dumb. And I think liquor is like 5 ounces or 3 ounces or something like that. They can serve you. Now, I can walk to the gas station right over there and get as much as I want. But it's a strange distribution law in Alaska. So I can only get 36 ounces of beer. That's why, Juneau, I'll drag my sister along because then she can get 36 ounces of beer and she doesn't drink beer. But 36 ounces of beer, this is not 36 ounces. These are little tasters just to kind of see. But we got Bud Feeder. One of these is cedar tipped. It's not cedar, it's spruce tips. Yes, probably the spruce tip one. Yep, tastes like Christmas. Woodland. And this one is a weird one. Is this a date? It's a beer made with dates and figs. Dates and figs. I think it's made with figs. It's good. Now, again, I'm looking forward to the pizza. I'm going to let you know how the pizza is when it comes up. It's going to be about 20 minutes because she's still prepping ingredients for the day. They just opened up. But yes, like I said, go here, and we'll go Uber to the Fortress of the Bear, and then we'll make a decision from there. Oh, no. But our first actual, I walked this whole way through the totem poles and through all that. I'll tell you where we're at stepwise. My ring is already filled for the day. I think can that be right? No way, is that right? 11,274 steps before 11 a.m. Well, at 11:10 a.m. Alaska time just doesn't make sense. Welcome to Alaska. All right, so the pizza has arrived. I'm not gonna lie, the beer is not great. The pizza had a really nice smell in the oven coming in. It looks like nice pizza. She's a pepperoni pizza. Came out to $30. I'm sorry. And I'm still testing this merch. It works great. Look, my no pants shirt, people have been asking for it. It works great in this weather. It's just not a good hot shirt. Put my hat back on. The hat here. It's not a good shirt. Well, hold on. This is not a great shirt for hot weather. Let's see how this is. A little bit of pepperoni on this piece. Maybe. It's good pizza. Strangely, Alaska is actually known for their pizza. I know it sounds weird. We go to some pizza places. No, definitely in Juneau. Go to pizza place. Probably Skagway. But, yeah. Thumbs up on the pizza. And I also got, their beer wasn't good, but Alaska, e.g. the Old West, it's kind of where root beer came from. It's every brewery that has it. I got some root beer. That's fantastic. That's fantastic. That's far better than the beer. Finding out that Alaska's root beer is better than its beer. Across today and yesterday. But we'll see. I'm going to finish this up and then head out to the Bear Center, the Bear Park, and we'll take an Uber there. It's like 5 miles away. No, I'm just taking an Uber there. And I'll catch you on the flip side. All right, so I tried Uber for about 20 minutes. Got absolutely nowhere. So Uber exists, but I don't think there's any drivers. So I'm going to walk back to the center of town. It says it's about a 23-minute walk. Go check out the Moose. Because we got to go check out the Moose. There's Moose. Now, the Moose is a private organization that you can only go to if you're a member. I'm a member of my local Moose down in South Florida, and that gets me moose privileges to go to other mooses. That's how you say it. So we're going to go check out some other mooses, moose lodges, hey? And we might go out to the Bear, or we may just shuttle back to the boat and go see the Raptor presentation, and it's just an eagle day. No bears today. We'll have to do bears another day. The bear thing just seems to be so much of a pain in the ass to go to because you can't walk there. So we're going back. This is the totem pole park, actually, still. The back side of the totem pole park. We're not going to go through the park again. I think this road will eventually lead us into town. That's what I think that's what the Google Maps says. Let me see. Moose Lodge, which is in town. Yeah, and there's the Orthodox Cathedral.
So.
Yep, okay, yep. Moose Lodge is a 21-minute walk, 0.9 miles. So we shall walk the 29 minutes. We have plenty of time. It's 12:05. Last shuttle back is at 4:30. May go right back. We'll start with the Moose. May go right back and see. They have a show thing with birds and IMAX, and I don't know. That's at 2:15. Seems like an appropriate thing to do than just go take a nap. Then I got 4 or 5 more drinks to do, and then I finished the drinking challenge. That's on the Norwegian ship. I'll be honest, I haven't focused a lot on the ship yet because I'm actually enjoying it and taking a vacation, which I never do. Sounds weird. Everyone's like, "Oh, you're on vacation." I said, "No, I've actually enjoyed this Norwegian joy I'm on." Not relevant to our discussion today, but I will circle back around. I got 9 days on the ship, and I feel like I already want to book her sister, the Encore, out of Miami. But for right now, just make sure I got this logic correct. Moose Lodge, walk. Oh crap! I have to go through the goddamn forest again. Well, I guess we're going through the forest and the totem poles, because that's the only way back, is the way we done cometh. If I get any wildlife or wild things along the way, I'll take it back to you. If not, see you back in town. All right, so Sitka, in its early days, was formerly Russia, the American Federation of Russia. This is the historic museum, part of the Russian Empire, from 1843 to 1867. So you can see here, if we jump up these steps, we can go into the Russian bishop's house. Because there used to be an orphanage as well. This is kept by the National Park Service. Well, leave that there. Pride in this. Learn from our mistakes. So we end up like Kamala. Sorry. Let's go in there. So yeah, old house. Scarf joint. Interesting.
This Monday, Friday, Tuesday, history, this is Wednesday, rhetoric, Thursday,
History. It's the wallpaper. Somewhere. Ooh. Now this is a. Why can't I touch this? It's a devil's club. It's a weapon, but it didn't really hurt. Yeah, this is a Sitka, an old Russian town. There's a tours upstairs right now. That's where the stove would have been. All right. Things and stuff about Russia. Okay. Well, we saw it. Yes. Let's see if we find a place to get some reasonable beer in this town. I guess that wasn't the actual exit. So there's a moose in this town somewhere. So let's see if we can find that, and I'll come right back to you. All right. So we got a moose lodge. Let's go check it out. When they put the sign out, I assume they're open. Oh, they're playing Jurassic World. I don't know if the moose lodge is open. That's a good question. I'm not sure. Oh yeah, it is. There it is. There we go. Sitka Moose Lodge. Since 1913. Get my Moose ID card. Good to go. See you on the inside. Alright, so at the Moose I got this really weird beer. It's an Icy Straight beer from Icy Straight Point. It's not really a beer. Yeah, Huna's always been there. But it's like marketed. It's like a strange marketing beer. It's a market Icy Straight or something. Because I've never seen this on Icy Straight. But we're going to Icy Straight in a few days. So look at that. It says, best enjoyed by pouring into an ice-filled glass. Hey, look. Ice-filled glass. I'll take it. But, yeah. You gotta love these moose lodges. They're so fun. Holes in the wall. I say that lovingly. There's little holes in the wall. And they're cheap. And if you're remembering one, you're remembering all. Alright, so this is Ernie's. This is actually one of the bars that's on the Pedal Pub, the thing I showed you earlier, but it's kind of an institution. This seat is reserved for Dean, Mr. Dean, whoever that is. Of course, I'm drinking Wildness. Wildness is the best option. So, of course, I'm drinking Wildness. You're in Alaska. They got amber on the ship. That's why I'm drinking Wildness. Well, I could want to drink Alaskan amber on draft on the ship. So I'm drinking Wildness out here. Got like 3 more beers and I'll finish all the beers on the ship. Or the different beers on the ship. I can go back to drinking Alaskan amber draft because that's what I like to drink. But, yeah, this is Ernie's. Ernie's Bar in Sitka. Supposedly, they am into the duck fart. Supposedly. I'm also bleeding from my chin. I'll deal with that and come back. Alright, y'all. It's rainy. And it's miserable. It's time to head back towards the ship. It's just gotten cold. I'm wearing shorts. I'm an idiot. We're gonna head back towards the ship. There's a show, a Raptor show that shows in a IMAX theater at 2:15. I'm not gonna buy the tickets now ahead of time. If we can make it there in time, it'd be nice. It's also nice that there doesn't seem to be a massive line for the buses. It seemed to not fuck up shuttle buses like, where were we yesterday? Ketchikan. I don't have to buy a whole line of, let me bite that tongue again. There might be a line. Tucker's selling cookies. And I want to get on a shuttle bus because it's too fucking cold out here. It's cold and wet and nasty. Oh, I can't tell if there's a massive shuttle line or not. But the Holland America ship has to be back like an hour before we do. So, we'll see. But we should be able to actually do. The only thing we didn't see today was bears. And it was a very eagle-y day. Very Raptor day. Talk about that Raptor show if we can get into it when it's back towards the ship. Again, not sure where anybody's lining up and why people aren't lining up undercover. I'm just saying. Just saying. Bit of a crazy line. Fuck that one up again. Check this out. Bus line, enter here. Uber's not an option. So I guess we're gonna wait in the rain. This is why I like the ports where you park near the port. Like you go out near where you need to be. And walk back to the boat. The shuttle bus is stupid. So stupid. So stupid. I'll make sure I just get an Uber back. I'll wait in the shuttle bus line. But I'll wait in line and I'll see you guys back at the port. And that's how we're done. Alright, so we made it back to the terminal on time. Let's go ahead and check out the Alaska Odyssey Dome. We're gonna have to get tickets somewhere. Don't have functioning cell service. But yeah, so there's a 215, the Raptor experience. We're gonna go see. But see how we get to. Okay, she can help us there. Yeah, perfect. That should work pretty nicely. Might run to the bathroom real quick and then check it out. Alright, so just to show you, this is like a full dome theater right here. So you're sitting in the middle of it, and then there's a bird presentation after. So yeah, they have a $12 show and like a $35 show. $35 show is like a live bird and stuff in it. So we'll check this out. Because our boat doesn't leave till 5:30. It's only 2:09. And the beer place on board doesn't open till 4 either. We'll see you after the show.
Success birds with those permanent injuries. If they have a personality that works well with humans, they can stay with us and become one of our ambassador birds. And you guys will be meeting one of those ambassador birds very soon. Before they come up though, just a few quick reminders. Please, no sudden movements, applause, or noises while the bird is on stage. We don't want to startle it in any way. If you guys do need to leave, you can just exit out quietly through that exit there. You can take as many photos as you want, and if you have any little kids with you, make sure to hold them close. But with that, I would like to welcome our lovely and Normal.
Everyone hear me okay? Pretty small crowd too, so not too bad there. Yeah, as Francis introduced, my name is Brandy, and this is the narwhal. Before I go further though, anyone want to guess what kind of bird this is? Or
Spotted owl.
What did you say? I think I heard
Spotted owl.
spotted, no, not quite. It is an owl though.
Screech owl?
Screech almost. Similar looking. I think I heard I hear horn somewhere. Great horned owl. Very nice. Yeah, this is a narwhal great horned owl. Great horned owls are one of the more abundant owls found in North America. Depending on where you're finding them, they might look a bit differently. One of the great things about these owls is their feathers, and I'll talk a little bit about feathers later on, but their morphology, so look differently depending on which habitats they're occupying. Narwhal, coming from up in Fairbanks, has more of this whiter coloration blending into those tundra, taiga forests. East Coast will have be richer in color, more orange in the face. West Coast down south will be darker in coloration. Rockies tend to be a bit more grayer and paler coloration. Yeah, narwhal, as a great horned owl, is considered a raptor. And we've dropped that word a few times now. Not dinosaurs, like Francis said, but does anyone know any other types of birds that are considered raptors? Hawks, eagles,
Vultures?
vultures, in some places. They're a bit of a different category. But falcons, what's that?
Ravens.
Ravens? Ravens are really smart. Not quite raptors, though. They're what we call corvids. But hawks, owls, eagles, falcons, all part of that raptor category. Kind of spread out phylogenetically along that genetic tree, different families, but they all share these similar traits. Those similar traits are going to be three main things here. The first one, if you guys want to follow along here, you can. Number one is going to be a hooked curved beak. So you can see that on the narwhal a bit, definitely see that on these eagles here. That hooked curved beak is going to be helping to rip into what they're eating, different types of prey. And the second thing helps them hunt for that prey. Number two, the forward-facing eyes. So they've got this forward-facing eyes. Mark for predator, you might have heard that. Eyes in front, like to hunt. Eyes inside, like to hide. So these raptors, these birds of prey, are going to be having these forward-facing eyes, searching for their prey. And in order to grab their prey, they're going to be using the third thing. So number three is the talons, yes. I think I heard say talons up there. If you heard talons, that was correct. These talons are going to be what's their main weapon there.
All right, so that was a cute little show. I will say that pricing, they just show a movie for the $12. It's a really cool theater. I think that should probably be $10 cheaper at $25 a person. I'm just saying. Now I know that film they made, and they're trying to recoup their cost for making it. Don't come at me, bro. But I'm just saying, for a family, $30-something a person is pretty high. 25 is a much more respectable number. But I think I'm gonna go live crab. What the hell does that mean? I'm gonna go ahead and see what's in this little shopping area, because now we got some time. Definitely gonna get some nuts if the line's not too long. If the line's not nuts. If the line's not nuts, I'll get some nuts. The Holland America ship should be pulling away pretty soon. Let's go back in the building. There's the honey wagon. Crab and chowder. It is built out this port, established 2016. So I would assume this whole port came out before the illness. One thing we really missed today was the Fortress of the Bears. Just the weather turned too quickly. Just gotta go over and see that. To each their own, I guess. To each their own. This is actually good weather for Alaska. It didn't rain all day. It just rained most of the day. Let's see. Yes, there's a massive line for nuts. These containers over here. See them over there? There's some gainers. They are there for the salmon. We are in salmon season, so in a few weeks, and that's where they put all the salmon and ship it back to the lower 48. The nuts line is not too crazy. I get some cashews. Yeah. These are just like the nutty Bavarian. The nutty Bavarian. Yeah. Cashews would be my choice. Not too bad. Get some of that. So we can find some beer to bring on the ship to let the beer guys have it. And take it from there. I'll probably have the beer in June or tomorrow. Okay. Alrighty then. We got some cashews right here. She has sealed them closed. I love me some. They're hot nuts. She just put them hot nuts in my mouth. Oh, good. Really good. Probably the best nuts I've ever had. Like this time, because I found my nuts in Sitka. I'm there. But yeah, I think that's gonna wrap it up. Like I said, the only thing we didn't get to do was the bear thing. But this is Richard from NoPantsProfits, and we just did Sitka. No plan, no rhyme, no reason. Some people say going out with the plan is crazy. When you're in no pants, going out with the plan, well, that's just nuts. Richard from NoPantsProfits heading back to my cruise ship, reminding you, when you wear no pants, the only thing you got left to lose is your nuts and your shirt. Bye.